What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Will Motivation. I'm back again with another video, and today we are doing a reaction video from a real estate investor on the California wildfires that have been happening here in the beginning of 2025, right? So I figured I'd do a reaction video, give you a real estate investor's perspective because there are going to be some opportunities as a result of these fires. And I don't make light of that because a lot of people have been impacted by these fires. So, as an investor, you want to keep that in mind and you want to go in and solve problems. So, this video is really to help people, not only the people that potentially could invest in California, but also people that may have been affected by these wildfires as well. So we're going to react to sort of what happened. A big shout out to the YouTuber here that created this video showing the wildfires riding in the disaster zones from LA wildfires. The YouTuber is John Hicks, I believe. What's his name here? Let's make sure we have his name right. John Hicks. Yep, that's it. John Hicks. So shout out to John Hicks. We're gonna react to his video where he's driving through these wildfires. But I'm also gonna give you guys a real estate investor's perspective because me personally, I'm a real estate investor, and I've actually suffered from a fire in one of my real estate investment properties where I had a tenant that had a fire and it burned down and caused like I want to say it was close to $100,000 in damage. And then I also have purchased land after a fire happened and burnt a house down completely, and nobody wanted to buy that lot where the house existed previously before it was burnt down. So that's where I kind of come in here with my experience, and we're going to talk about how investors can help out in this situation to help rebuild this part of California. So let's go ahead and kick off this reaction video. Let's go.
Oh my God. Straight scenes of the apocalypse, man. That's another gas line. Jesus Christ, man. So much stuff in the air. Look at that, man.
It's crazy.
Stuff burning everywhere. Another huge boom. Folks, how are we doing? Welcome. This is the first video of the new year. Today is January 8th, 2025. California is currently in a state of emergency. If you haven't seen the news, there are 3 major wildfires at this time in California, and there's probably more breaking out as we speak. The National Guard is currently en route to Los Angeles at this time. Right now, we're in Pasadena, California, at the southern edge of the Eaton Canyon fire. There's 2 other locations where there's massive fires. There's one in Pacific Palisades. There's one in Sylmar. Very hard to breathe out here. It's a very apocalyptic scene. The sky is orange. There's ash floating through the air. I gotta wear masks today because you can literally barely breathe just standing here regularly. It's like smoking chain cigarettes or something. It's terrible. To be quite honest, it kind of seems like business as usual out here. There's people driving around. There's people walking around. About 5 minutes north, everything's sealed off. So I honestly don't know how much we're gonna see, but you know, we're gonna try and do our best, so stay tuned. Let's see what happens. Our steed for today is the Ultra B, the most well-suited bike for an adventure like this. Other than that, pray for me. Let's see what's going on. I don't know how far we'll make it, but let's find out. All right, this should be an interesting one, folks. First ride of the year, and LA has just completely hit the fan. There were a couple people who were out here yesterday before they really sealed all the roads off. Dude, oh my God. Bro, I forgot the seat for my bike.
That's actually a nice bike. Now, as an investor, you should not be looking at this like, oh, like a shark where I'm going to come in and clean up and get all this property that's been, that burnt down. You really should be thinking about the situations where you can help, because there's going to be a scenario where certain people had insurance, they'll be able to rebuild, and you could come in that situation as an investor and help them rebuild. If you have experience like I do, where I bought just a lot and I built a house from the ground up on that lot after the house burnt down, you could go in and provide that service to a homeowner and help them save money on the rebuild compared to them using some well-known builders in the area that are going to charge them some really high prices. You could come in and save the day and help them get their house rebuilt for more reasonable prices, but yet still make a profit. So you should not be looking at this to take advantage of people. You should be looking at this to help solve problems. Now, there's also going to be people who lost their homes and maybe they don't have insurance. That's like the worst case scenario for a homeowner. Your house burns down, you don't have insurance. So those people, what they do have is the value of the land. So if they own the house and they don't have a mortgage and it got burnt down, then they still have the value of the land. And the good news is a lot of these houses that burnt down, the land is actually worth more than the structure or the house itself. So in that scenario, they might want to say, hey, I own this land outright. I want to sell it. And that could be an opportunity for an investor to come in and save the day, help them with that situation, buy the land, and then worry about developing it yourself, right? Because maybe the homeowner doesn't have the insurance, they can't afford to rebuild the house. The other scenario is they had a mortgage and the house burnt down, but they didn't have insurance. That should not happen in most cases because usually the mortgage company wants them to have insurance. That's almost always the case. But in the rare case that they did not have insurance, but they had a mortgage, the house burnt down, then the mortgage company is going to want their money back. So they're going to probably want that land, and the homeowner is probably going to lose out unless they can continue to pay that mortgage and figure out a way to rebuild. Now, if they lose the house and the mortgage company takes over, then the mortgage company, as an investor, might want to have relationships with those banks that hold mortgages to a lot of the land there, and you might be able to get in with the bank, work out a deal, and take those properties off of their hand at a discount potentially. But we'll see. Let's check this out.
Whatever. I got the key, so I guess we're.
Let's fast forward to where he starts.
We do it. It's a little shakier than it should be. So it looks like a very dark, overcast day. But where I was, it was beautiful and sunny. So it's really just all these clouds are smoke. It's actual smoke. People standing outside. This guy's, this is nice. So it looks like a very dark, overcast day. But where I was, it was beautiful and sunny.
Look over here to the left.
It's really just.
Look over here. Can you imagine there's fires and you're building a wood structure from the ground up? You've got a construction project. That's why if you're an investor or you ever invest and you build a house, you better have insurance on it as you build it, because if that fire comes through, it would easily burn that partial structure down.
All these clouds are smoke. It's actual smoke. People standing outside. This guy's, this is these are sheriffs. Sheriffs are redirecting traffic to the right. So from here, we're gonna go this way, I guess. You guys know me, first thing I look for is the alley. Pasadena, beautiful neighborhood. Obviously, people are pretty concerned about their house is burning down, so not mad at that one bit. Lots of, on the news, I was shocked to see how many people didn't want to evacuate. Kind of wild in Santa Clarita during the Eaton Canyon fires. There would be people that straight up just didn't leave. Lots of people do not want to leave their home under any circumstances. Even an evacuation can't get them out sometimes. We heard that warning on the way here. They're trying to get people to leave. They do not want anyone out here. Fire truck rushing up the street that way. So a lot of the real action is up north and to the left. I don't think we're going to be able to see any of that. But then again, I don't know. It depends on how well they have all the streets sealed off. I could say right here, the smell is so much stronger. Oh yeah, you can see the smoke starting to, it's deep smoke. Oh, there's something on fire right here. Yeah, these guys. That's something. I don't even know what to say about that. There's a currently burning structure fire up here to the right. Looks like we cannot get through here at all. Something's burning right there. So they're only sending people to the left right here. Looks like I'm gonna have to turn it around. This guy seems a little upset. All right, we're just gonna go ahead and get it to, okay, it's a wild scene. When you have state of emergencies like this in LA, let me give you a little prepper, because even though I wasn't filming during the George Floyd riots, there's a lot of things you notice. Like, first off, there are people that just gather in trucks and cars that are just out to cause chaos.
Man, what do you guys think about this? Like, living in California
today is going to be one of the most.
Living in California, oops, sorry about that. Living in California, oh my God, look at this destruction. I don't want to skip past too much, but living in California, man, can you imagine? You have to try to evacuate. You see all those people in lines there. That'd be pretty difficult. I'm in Ohio myself. Drop a comment. Let us know where you're watching or where you're tuned in from. And yeah, let's see some of this
here. Fire engine right here. Looks like it's filling up on water. Oh no, it's got a hose out. We got to go around this side. Oh wow, this person's house is burning. I mean, dude, look around. This house is on fire. Oh my gosh, burned to a crisp. Jesus. That Corvette's parked in front. Still embers just blowing. So those embers, you see how there's little bits of smoke coming out? That's what causes the big fires when the wind picks up. It just takes a couple of those little baby embers to go down anywhere else. Jesus. Look at that, man. House totally burned to a crisp. Still burning. I mean, I'm sure fire department is spread thin. You can feel the heat from this. It feels like it's picking up, honestly. Another house right across the street. Look at that. I didn't even notice that. Still burning. Utter chaos out here. Good Lord. Wow, this is truly apocalyptic. Jesus, man, the destruction in this area is unbelievable.
Whoa, look at that. So the whole house is gone except for the chimney. I mean, the chimneys are built to handle the fire, but the challenge here as an investor, if you want to go in and save the day and try to help people and help rebuild, the challenge is going to be the timing for when these properties start hitting the market. We don't know when that's going to happen, because you got homeowners that could sell their land after their house is gone. You have mortgage companies that are going to get people that default on their loans because their insurance issues or whatever. You have homeowners that have insurance that may decide to sell as well, which could be after they have to go through the insurance process. So the challenge here is going to be keeping an eye on the opportunities as they pop up, and really trying to keep your ear to the ground, make connections with the local banks that held a lot of the mortgages here, and then see how you can maybe help those banks, because those banks, they may be stuck with some of the people defaulting on their loans. So you may have to build relationships with the banks to try to see where you can come in and take over some of those loans, for example, to rebuild on that property. Or you're not really taking over those loans. You're just buying the land from the bank at whatever the bank is willing to sell it for.
Look at this, just overnight.
That's crazy.
Still burning, man. Wow. I mean, luckily there's zero wind in this area currently, so there's probably no risk of the fire, starting back up. But this is just truly haunting, man. Memories, people's possessions just gone. Fire is still spreading down there. You can see the fires are still going, just still spreading. Jeez. Hey, brother. Are you from this area?
Yeah, I live right down the street, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like this.
You on Telaria or what's that?
Oh, this is a Sylmar Ultra B.
I was getting ready to ask the same thing. What kind of bike is he on? I want one of those. But like one thing to remember, man, like ethical considerations and the impact on the community out there. Like it's important to approach this with a lot of empathy because there's people's lives and communities we're talking about. So you got to avoid like predatory practices, like offering unfairly low prices to desperate sellers. Instead, you should focus on creating fair deals that help displaced families rebuild their lives by being transparent, working with local officials and organizations in the area. You know, you can leave a positive impact while achieving your investment goals. So, you know, make sure to keep that in mind.
Yeah. I've always got one that I'm afraid of gonna get impounded, brother.
It's a little more strict over here, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You write down then.
No. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to check out the area and.
Do you have a YouTube channel or anything?
Yeah, I do. It's called John Hicks.
Oh, I know you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, where else you ride?
Yeah.
Where else you ride?
I mainly ride in the city, like in downtown LA, in South Central and Compton. Yeah.
You be safe, man.
You too, brother.
Yeah, I might hit you up and send you a message on YouTube. But...
Sure, yeah, definitely. Jeez. Just had to get out of here, man. Straight scenes of the apocalypse, man. This is how I imagine the apocalypse looking if you ever lived through it in real life. It's like this. The goggles are fogging up. We got to keep it moving. We can't slow down. The goggles are fogging. We got to have 100% visibility out here. I mean, like, look, that guy right there didn't evacuate. There's still tons of people with their cars parked here. I mean, it's hard to say. Like, it's impossible to call it right now, right? Like, it seems pretty chill, but it's also, like, not chill. Like, look.
So something else just came to mind that you would have to think about. So in my case, I bought a vacant lot that had been sitting for probably, I don't know, could have been a couple of years. Nobody wanted to buy it. It was in a decent subdivision in a middle class neighborhood. The house burnt down. The people that lived there, they had insurance. They got paid from their insurance, and they took the money and they rebuilt in Florida. They moved to Florida. And so that property went for sale for super cheap. It was like $10,000 or something like that. So I, you know, without any experience really, I did have an investor experience doing rehabs on existing houses, but I never bought a lot from a burnt down house. Now, there are so many considerations in California compared to what I did in that subdivision in Ohio. But something to think about if you decide to invest in California and buy a lot where a house burnt down, depending on that neighborhood, there could be a HOA, there could be city, you know, considerations as far as for that township or that area. You have to build to certain standards and certain specific specifications. So before you buy that property, you want to know what all of the requirements are in that area so that when you're ready to rebuild, that you really can meet all of those requirements that they might have, because they might have design standards, just all types of things. So you want to know what you're doing and knowing what you want to know what you're getting yourself into before you buy. So another thing that reminds me of is you should have a realtor in that area that knows the real estate, knows what some of those stipulations might be, what some of those requirements might be, and they can help you navigate that when you go through the buying process, picking up one of these distressed pieces of property. So definitely keep that in mind as an investor as well.
You see that little burning ember right there, that little tree trunk that's burning? If there were powerful winds, that could go downrange and start a huge another fire and turn into one of these houses on fire. That's all it takes. It really is all it takes. This is really, I think, the best we're going to see out here in this area.
Let's go to the highlight.
Just devastation on every single block.
This is the highlighted video right here.
Neighbors out here doing their best to protect what's left. This block really got hit hard. That house is gone. The smell here is insane. Still burning right there.
Nothing there.
Car totally toast. This street got hit real hard, man.
You know, this reminds me. There's some investors that do buy and hold.
Dang, man.
You see that guy on the ground.
That's the most powerful thing we're gonna see today, man. That guy laid out, just
What the heck was that?
give up.
The guy laying on the ground. We gotta see that again. Look at that. He's like,
Dang, man. That's
And that was
the
so
most
crazy.
powerful
I
thing we're gonna
forgot
see
what
today,
I was
man.
getting ready to say, man. That was crazy. But here's what I was getting ready to say. The thing to think about is if I'm an investor, I would want to I would want to buy something, build it, and then sell it, as opposed to buy something, build it, and then hold it and like rent it out. Because this scenario, you know, um, the question is how expensive is the insurance going to be to realistically be able to do a buy and a hold? The insurance could be so expensive that you might not be able to make any profit trying to rent out a property. And in these types of neighborhoods as well. I mean, there's going to be some neighborhoods that I'm sure that maybe it could be cheaper, but these neighborhoods look very expensive. So the opportunity here is to buy something and then resell it. And there's another opportunity where you could buy some land, clean it up, and get it ready for for another investor to come in and build, or another homeowner to come in and build. So you could just do the prep work. I mean, that's like I don't even know if anybody's thinking about that. You could buy the land, do the prep work, and then put it up for sale for somebody else to come and build on, and you're just helping that next. Somebody's got to do that work, right? Somebody's got to do that work. Somebody's going to get paid to do that work. So, why not, you know, why not an investor? Somebody that's going to go in and help by getting everything ready, and then a homeowner can come back, buy that land, and build the house of their dreams. So that's something to think about as well. So this video has already gone on for, I think we're about 20 minutes in. So I don't want to take up too much time in this video. I just want to give you guys some food for thought, because as an investor, in situations like this, you could be thinking, oh, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to make a lot of money because there's going to be a whole lot of opportunity. But really what you should be thinking is there's an opportunity, but the opportunity is to help people. And getting paid as a part of helping people is fine, but you don't want to just go in to take advantage of people, distressed sellers that are desperate to sell their house or their land. That's the wrong way of looking at it. You want to look at this situation like, how can I go in here and create a win-win situation to help either a homeowner, or maybe to help work with some of the banks in the area that are going to be distressed as well, just to create value and then help people in that community. So that's all I really wanted to get out is, don't be predatory. But as an investor, you can go in these types of situations and help out. So keep your eyes open, look for opportunity to create win-wins, and keep investing in real estate. That's my message for today. Feel free to subscribe to my channel if you like taking advantage of free knowledge on investing in real estate. My name is Will Motivation. I like to share my experiences as a real estate investor and a car lover as well through this channel. So feel free to hit that like button if you like the video and subscribe. Take care. See you in the next one.